So, give me a second. Let me get here. Okay. So u to the fourth minus 3u squared minus 4. So one of the question, Kyra, you finished the Tinsley. I forgot to send you guys the thing, but you finished previous one, which is fine. But you need to finish this one too because this one's on the test. U to the fourth minus 4 minus 3u squared. This is u squared times u squared, and then 4 times 1. And this is 4u squared and 1u squared. One of them need to be negative. Which one need to be negative? Negative 4. Good. This one negative. So it'll be u squared plus 1 times u squared minus 4. And u squared plus 1. This can be factor more because it's different squares. So u plus 2 and u minus 2. Questions? And that's how you factor this. Question 14. Question 14 is really similar. This one can factor u to the fourth 9 minus 10u squared. So it'll be u squared, and this is 9 1 because 3 and 3 doesn't work. You're not gonna get negative 10. So this is 9u squared and this is u squared. So they're both negative. So it'll be u squared minus 9 and u squared minus 1. So this is all difference of squares. So u plus 3, u minus 3, and the u plus 1 and u minus 1. Yeah. That's it. Everything else should not be hard because you just factor out GCF and factor more. Questions? For homework. Every time you see this perfect square subtracting, you can always factor more. You're going to see that on the test as well. Next questions. I cannot emphasize how much the homework is. So the first 2 weeks I put in like output as a 20 points. Depends on how many questions you miss, how many homework you miss. I just take out accordingly. Usually I try to be very reasonable, but if you have missing homework, it's what's gonna hurt. It's not a homework grade. It's actually the test grade. So the test grade is gonna hurt you more than any other things. Questions on the homework? How many of you guys take a virtual school in the summer? Raise your hand. Okay. Wow, that's a lot more than. So I think the problem of virtual school is the problem is if you go through it detailedly, it's fine. But if you cheat, which is I don't blame you cheat because I would too. And that's why you have a lot of missing skills. If you don't cheat, then you should not have too many missing skills. And like I said, I don't blame you. This is a stupid system. They should never allow virtual school. Now AI just have to take a picture and tell them to pick your right one. I mean, if you finish assignment on your own, more power to you. But if 90% of people would cheat, and they will actually get bad result, and they're trying to skip a class, it's not good. But anyway, that's that. So any questions? Yes. Yeah. So Usually I send homework, but I didn't send it to you guys, or I didn't take credit off on you guys. But you should know all this. But I can send it to you right now again. But they are homework that you can do. Um, so let me send it to you right now. Actually, I can airdrop to you right now. Can I airdrop to you? Or Kyra or Hensley? They didn't have this homework. Also, Adam as well. Adam, Can you talk to me? It's Adam, right? Talk to me to after a class, and I can add you to group chat.
Read it.
Don't read it. Don't waste your time.
What happened? Because I go to work for one day and I just come back and it's to do like take up the song. Yeah. It's really what he said. What's the screenshot of it? It's done like yeah. Cutscenes, yeah, like yeah. The 3A was like I approved it. Yeah, so what was the point of it even like I don't know.
People are just being idiots. This
Hammer.
is like a Skippy Torah generations. Talking a language I don't even understand most of the time.
Repeat my breath.
I have no idea what you're saying. All right. All right, so the last part of the things, do you know how to do sum and difference of the cube? So for example, ax cubed minus 125. Do you know how to factor this? Is sum and difference of the cube? Okay, no. Try it. You shouldn't skip school because we talk about it Friday.
Yes, sir.
How many guys did not do it? You did not do it? Raise your hand. Don't know how to do it? Julian, don't know how to do it?
No, it's just I forgot how to do it.
Okay, forgot how to do it. Okay. So that's fine. That's, over the weekend, I understand. So it's a cube minus b cube is equal to SOAP. We talked about this last week. Do you remember this now? SOAP. And there's another equation is plus b to the cube equal to a plus b to the a square minus ab plus b square. So this is called a sum and difference of the cube. So what is perfect cube? The perfect cube are 1, 8, 3 to the third is 27, 164, and 125. So any of those number is called perfect cube. So this is 1 to the cube, 2 to the cube, 3 to the cube, 4 to the cube, and 5 to the cube. So now you see this 8 and 125 are the big hint of that they are perfect cube. Okay, so if they are perfect cube, you just have to figure out what is it. So a cube equal to ax cube. So that makes a is equal to what? 2x, right? And b to the cube is equal to 125. What is b? 5. So now I just follow this formula to factor it because this is the same setup as this. So this is gonna give you a 2x minus 5 and the 2x squared plus 2x times 5 plus 5 squared. I make mistake here. Do you know where I make mistake? Do you see the mistake? The 2x must square as well. So this is a square. So that's where a student will make mistakes because this is a square plus ab plus b like this, right? So it'd be 2x minus 5 times 4x squared rather than 2x squared plus 10x and plus 25. And this, you cannot factor anymore. You think that you could, but if you use box, you realize that's not factorable. It is also known as a prime. So you cannot factor anymore like that. Yes.
How do you know when to use like the top equation?
That's a good question. Depend on the sign. If this is a minus sign, then use the minus sign. If it's something like to the plus, then you use this one. Okay, so it's called sum and difference of the cube. This is also on the test as well. Yes.
So you said that b cubed is 125. So then if we use the base a cubed plus b cubed, then would it be negative 125? Like you just like flip it?
But this is a b squared though.
No, the like where you wrote the 8x cubed minus 125 below it.
Are you talking about here?
Yeah, you said b squared equals 125. In the equation it says negative 125. So if it was a cubed plus b cubed, would it be
Please release your
negative
students for
125?
B lunch at this time.
No. So this is not 125 because the setting is already a minus b.
So it's just always positive?
Yes, that part is always positive. I know binomial expansion is not, but that part is always positive. Because binomial expansion is start with a plus b to the n. So that's why it's sometimes b is negative, then you put down negative. Okay. Questions? Okay. So with that being said, this is a factor, right? So if I start with a positive, like ax cubed plus 125, it's basically same thing, just all the signs, two signs change. Actually, one signs change. Two signs. Is that okay? So this is sum and difference of the cube. Now the next one is going to be factor by grouping. I know a lot of you guys like factor by grouping, and you should not have problem with this, and I understand that. So basically you will have situation, right? So first thing, there was a door, which is GCF. Once it's GCF, you got a trinomial. You got trinomial, then it's a box method, right? But you must look if the door is open or not. Because if there's GCF, you should factor out first. Okay? And there's a binomial, which is finished about that. Binomial is a cubed plus b cubed equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. It's a SOAP, right? A cubed minus b cubed equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Now, this one is not happened often, but it's on my test, but it's not happened often. Sorry, let me rewrite this part. It's kind of sketchy. B and plus b squared. If you a squared minus b squared, this one it happened very often on my test or on SAT. This is the most common one. So if you don't remember the cube, this is the one you have to memorize, a squared minus b squared. We talk about how do you multiply two numbers really easily, like say 52 times 48. We can times that number very easy. That's binomial. But then you got a polynomial. Polynomial is 4 term or more. But specifically 4 term, you got factor by grouping. And factor by grouping is basically have 2 parentheses and GCF twice. Actually, literally is what I meant. Okay, so what I mean by that is I can get a worksheet about factor by grouping. So this is a worksheet by factor by grouping. And we're gonna go through one question. So obviously we got a 4-term situation on this whole worksheet. But in Algebra 2, you already did enough practice, so I'm not gonna ask you to do any more. But in case, I'm gonna show you the question here, m squared plus mn minus 3m minus 3n. How would I factor something that's 4 term? Okay, so now this is the case that you do factor by grouping. And make sure that you follow this way because there was some mistake can happen. But as of right now, I'm doing it's not mathematically correct, but I put a parenthesis on the first 2 term. I also put a parenthesis on the second 2 term. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna factor out m on the GCF. Right? Do you see that m squared and m? They both have m, so you can factor out. What do you have left if you factor out m? M plus n, right? And if you factor out a -3, now you don't factor out a +3. Remember, I said if the first term is negative, factor out because that helps you here, especially if first term is negative, factor out a negative sign. So that's going to be m plus n. Now you see here, there's 2 terms are exactly alike. So you can actually factor out. I color-coded for you. So that way you can see that's m minus 3. Now there's 2 factoring each other. Now some people says, does it matter if I do m plus h first or m minus 3 first? That doesn't matter. Because that's just a multiplication, so you can switch if you want to. Yes.
Where along the top of this -3, is that next to an n or?
Are you talking about this one?
No.
That's m. And this is n. Okay, question about this. So I am gonna ask you this question. So I'm gonna say AD plus 3a minus d squared minus 3d. I want you to factor this. So by the everybody should be able to factor everything. So this is a 4-term polynomial. You guys done? Done? Anybody not done? Okay, Andres? Okay. So Adam, you done? No?
Can you scroll up a little bit so I can picture?
Everybody done on this side? No? Antonia not done? Fatima, you done? So AD plus 3A minus D squared minus 3D. So what do I do first? Andre, what do I do first? Yeah, good. Parentheses. And I'm gonna parentheses like this way, even though it's not mathematically correct, but I'm gonna put it that way just because that will help you better. And sometimes it gets actually kind of tricky. So if you see this, okay, Antonia, what's the factor of the first two terms? What's the GCF here? A, good. So if you factor out A, I'm gonna color code this. You got a D plus 3. Does that make sense? Okay. Andres, what can I factor on the second one? Good. But except the first term, yes, negative. Thank you. So the first term is negative. Good. So then you're going to factor out. And negative D times what equal to D squared? It has to be D, right?
Yeah.
And this is a plus 3. Is that okay? Sorry, this should be color code correctly. So this should be red. Okay. So, so I'm going to factor out D plus 3 here and then A minus B. And that's it. That's a called GCF factor. That's it. You got it?
So for when you factor it again, do you put the terms that are in front of the parentheses?
That doesn't matter. I usually factor out the GCF. The GCF is going to be in the front.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter D plus 3 or A minus D in the front because 2 times 3, 3 times 2, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just asking for what was supposed to be in the parentheses for like the answer.
It doesn't matter if it's A minus D or D plus 3. That doesn't matter. That order doesn't matter because of the multiplication sign. Okay. So this is a factor by grouping. So in this case, this is more strenuous, right? So we have some 3 terms, 4 terms, and this is not hard. This is probably harder. So it looks pretty disgusting here, right? But it's same thing. It's follow all those rules. Okay. You want to try one, number 2? I think that one is on a test. I don't know, something similar is on the test. Number 2. It looks very scary, but it's not. And do you see, I hear there's all different kind of factoring here. Not hard, is it? Yeah, it's just same thing. Math is math. It doesn't matter. It looks maybe more disgusting than before. It has an A and B, but the factor should be the same. What'd you guys get?
X, Y, parentheses 2x plus 7, y, but yeah, parentheses 2x minus 7.
Perfect. 2x plus 7, y, right? You cannot take out 4. You can take out. Do I need to go over that one or no? So 4x cubed y minus xy cubed, right? You can factor out xy here, and that's left with the 4x squared minus what? 49y to the square, right? So this is the difference of a square. So it'll be xy times by 2x plus 7y and 2x minus 7y. Okay. Is that okay? So I'm gonna let you practice a little bit more. I was gonna put a test tomorrow, but I think there's a few new students here and few new students on the other period. I want to make sure you guys not doing bad. So I'm gonna move the test to Thursday, but doesn't mean that I won't cover anything new. I will start new stuff, but there's something I want to cover too. It should be on this test, but I didn't get a chance to cover, so I'm gonna cover that today. It's how to simplify radicals. Do you guys know how to simplify radicals? I'm gonna teach you. You'll like this method. Square root of 50. How do I simplify square root of 50? How many of you guys know? One person know? Good. 2, 3, 4. Good. 4 people know. And how about the rest of you guys? 5. Leo knows. How many people don't know? Okay, good. I'm going to teach you this. Okay? So, a long time ago, I teach this class called Algebra 1. Okay? But this Algebra 1 is different. It's different beast. It was in the summer school. And people fail Algebra 1 3 times that taking this class. Okay? I have the worst student. I have drug dealer, weed smoking, all kind of shit going on. People have sex in the bathroom. Like, those are the kids I have. Like 1 year. And it was really bad. So, so it was the worst of the worst. Average GPA of that class is 1.3. And I don't know how you can get like a D on like a PE class. I just don't understand how you get a D on PE class. Yeah, so I have those kids. But surprisingly, the whole group of kids by end of the year, end of the summer, every single one passed the EOC. They are not known to be passing EOC. I have a kid that's football player in there, cannot play football because they failed Algebra 1 too many times. And he was starting quarterback. It was really bad. It was so bad at one point, like I was right on the board, like right on a whiteboard. I don't use write on like this. I write on a whiteboard, so my back is behind the students behind me, right? And people chew the paper in a straw and shoot it directly on the board I was writing next to it. Almost hit me though. I see the spitball coming like my ear. Like, you know how Donald Trump got shot by the ear? I feel like that. Like the thing that just like grazed through my hair, right? And just like stick on the whiteboard I was writing.
Did you play?
Oh yeah, I was mad. I turn around, I pick up a desk, and I throw it across the classroom. So the desk basically flying over the classroom and land on the wall. I was so mad that land on the wall, bounce off the wall, and class went silent. Nobody ever messed with me again after that, but they know like they don't mess with me, and I will be upset. So those group that they were in my class that they don't know how to simplify this radical. So I'm going to show you how to simplify, okay? So they have this term called trap house. I have no idea what trap house is. So they told me like, yeah, you got to come to my trap house and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, what is trap house, Ian? Can you explain to me like what trap house is? So I had to look up Urban Dictionary. I would look up Urban Dictionary and says, what is trap house, right? And he said, no, you don't need to look it up. I'll tell you what it is. It's like a bunch of people that doing drug inside a room, inside a house. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But they were very nice. They were like, Monsieur, don't worry. But they're surrounded by police, right? So yeah, you're not supposed to do drug, right? Even though I have drug dealer in my classroom. Yeah, thou shalt not do drug. So anyway, I call this trap house method. So every square root, there is a 2 there. There's 2 cups outside. outside the trap house. Okay? You can do prime factorization. You're going to start with a 2 first. It's going to be 2 and 25 and 5 and 5. So now, so think about it. There was like a 2 Chinese guy and 1 white dude right here, right? They speak the same language. The Chinese guys speak the same language, and that white guy doesn't speak Chinese. So, and they are trying to escape the radical. So they're gonna form a group because they speak the same language, 5 and 5. They come out, and there's 2 cups there, right? Each group, there's only 1 survivor. That means one's gonna get shot. And this one have no friends, kind of stuck inside. So 5 square root 2. Got it? Now, yeah, this is a method, okay? So now I'm going to show you a different number. Let's say 48, right? Now, a lot of time people do like 2, I think it's like 8 and 6. Don't do 8 and 6. Start with 2. Start with 2. That's what? 2 times what? Okay, and do it 2 again. Don't do 3 times, do 6 times 4. Just do 2. Just keep on doing 2 until you cannot do them. Right? Is that okay? So there are 4 people. How many group of 2 I can form?
3.
How'd you get 3?
You said how many? Oh, wow.
2 group of 2. 1 group and 2 group. And this guy has no friends, kind of left inside. Okay, so this is inside, right? 3. And it's 2 times 2. So it's 4. Because each one, only 1 survive, right? Die, get shot. Like 4 root 3, right? Got it? It's kind of fun. You got it? Okay. How about square root of, I don't know, I'm going to give you one. Let's say it's 200. So I call it trap house method. If something help you like know math is better than like teach you boring way. Now, if you are smart, you're quick at math, you can do it the other way. You can think about the perfect squares. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and 144, and 169. You can think about which number you can divide it by backwards and which one is going to come first. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the way here. 2 is 100, right?
Yeah.
2 is 50, right?
Yeah.
2 is 25. And it's 5 and 5. Which one has no friends?
2.
The 2 has no friends. Now this guy, like, okay, we got a 3 Chinese guy and 2 white guy. And that 1 Chinese guy can say, he doesn't have enough friends. But this one can get out and this one can get out. It'll be 2 times 5 square root 2, right? So that's equal to 10 root 2. Is that pretty easy? Okay, or if you're smart, you can think about which number you can divide by 2. So in this case, it's not 169, 144, 121. It's 100. So it'll be square root of 100 times square root 2, and that's 10 root 2. That's an easy way to do it. Okay, so those of you guys good at math, you can do it easy way. Those of you guys are bad at math, you can do it this way. It's okay. It doesn't discriminate. You're going to get the same answer regardless. What happens if you have this? What happens if you 98x4y to the 5th? x to the 4, y to the 5th. But yeah, that's the worst class I ever taught. I almost have aneurysm. It was so bad. They all bad. One of them become entrepreneur. He owned a lawn company. Like he mowed people's lawn and he owned like 10 trucks. Yeah. I saw him 10 years later And they were like, "Yeah, do you remember that time?" I was like, "Yep. How can I forget?" And he was like, "Guess what? I'm an entrepreneur now. I'm making a lot of money." I was like, "How much you making?" He's like, "I'm making 100 grand." I'm like, "Oh damn, that make more than me." Oh yeah, I should. It was pretty bad.
Did you get in trouble for throwing like the desk? Like, did someone like?
Oh, I don't care. That day I was about to quit. If you see a spitball right next to you,
Yeah.
yeah. No, you right. It stick on the board, right next to my writing. Literally, the thing stick on my board.
Through a desk, they didn't even touch you. What would have happened if you touched
Oh, actually, me and I heard Puhan throw a desk before too.
No, that's not true. That's not
He
true.
did yells a lot.
He slammed, but he never throw the desk. That's not a true statement.
No, 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 no. He threw a desk a long time
He
ago.
walked
Really?
No, actually.
First jump. Oh, that's why. Yeah, first
no,
period.
first period. He hated our first period last year. It was bad. He stopped teaching us midway through the year. We had to teach ourselves.
Wait, did you?
All
He
first-
threw the desk outside, then he locked himself outside, so a student had to go and open the door for him.
It's not his fault, bro. He teaches freshmen. They all have to.
That's something I would do.
Like, he also, like, respect.
Yeah, praise you.
Okay, did you guys simplify this one?
It's the same as like,
Computers are very small.
Did you guys simplify this one?
you got works.
98. What can 98 break down to? 2 and 49? And 7 and 7, right? So that means which one can take it out? 7 and there's 2, right? Now x to the 4, right? There's a 4x. There's two groups. So can I form 7x squared outside? There's a y, right? If you need to visualize this, it's going to be y squared and 2y. And that's the simplification of this. You follow me? This is hard? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Let's combine two rules. Uh, 6x to the 5th, y to the -4. Okay. So those two things times each other. Yes. Y squared here. Y is a y squared. 10. So 6x squared y to the 10 times 2x to the 5th y to the -4. So it turns out that this has something to do with combination of two rules. First rule you need to understand is square root a times square root b is equal to square root ab. Does that make sense? If two square root times each other, they can times together. So now it becomes an exponent rule. So that's going to be 6 times 2 is what? 12. X to the 7. Y to the 6, right? Is that okay? Am I going too fast? So this 2 and 5 is going to add together to become 7. Right? 10 and -4 is going to be 6. 6 and 2 is going to be 12. You can times each other. Is that okay? We can take out a 2 and 6 and then 2 and 3. This one can be outside. This one put a triangle. So it'll be 2 and 3 outside. Inside. X can take out how many? Y3. Yep, 3 group. And the y to the 3, and there's x inside, right? And that's a simplification.
Wait, is that like a multiplication? No.
They all multiplication. Yeah, this is all multiplication. Up one more. Yeah, they are multiplication. Yeah. Is this okay?
You scroll back down.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. 10x to the 4th y to the 7 times 8x to the 5 y to the -2. This is times. Yeah, I do get in trouble all the time though. That's okay.
Yeah, you can't buy pizza anymore, can you?
I can buy pizza.
You said you can't.
Who says?
Miss Phillips said that you and her got shadow banned for it. That you can't like buy pizza in the middle of school day.
Shadow ban?
Yeah. Can't do it anymore.
What does shadow ban mean?
They're just like yes.
Wait, she got in trouble too?
So you got in trouble too.
They didn't tell me nothing.
Apparently, like little things put together email.
Oh, I don't read them.
Wow.
I don't know why you get in trouble.
Can't do it.
We order for students too. Sometimes we order for. Sometimes we order for.
Says she can't do it anymore. She knows you did it too, so you can't do it.
I'm pretending I didn't hear that.
You can't do it anyways. You're like, I read it. For one time.
He's just like, yes, you're doing that.
Honestly, because she knows. Because I mean, they can't fire either of you.
Oh, I don't mind they fire me. I already told them yesterday. I says, you guys can fire me. I don't really care. I don't. I sincerely
Fire me,
don't.
I'll go to all.
That's fine.
all of us.
That's fine. Audie's a good teacher.
He's not gay.
Well, I'm harder though.
The point.
Okay, so if you multiply this, it's gonna be 10 and 8. It's gonna be 80, right? X to the 9, y to the 5, right? So this is 2, this is 40. 2 is 20. 2 is 10. And then 2 is 5. So one group, two group. So it'd be 4 root 5. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then x to the 4th, x. Y to the square, y.
If I do last night homework, this night, can I still get credit for it?
Usually no. But since you usually do your homework, I'm gonna let it slide by for this time. So, but make sure that you get it done. Should I trust her? Okay. Wait, where's Adam go? Wait, how do I send you the picture?
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting my phone fixed.
Hey, dude.
Your phone's not fixed? Yeah, what's up? Huh?
Oh,
No, put it there.
so you know, last night,
Oh, that's okay. No, we're just gonna give you some more review of those questions, so that way you guys not behind. Okay.
Is there a good way to remove the source?
Oh, that's
No.
true, because
Buy
There
me
is,
a gift tomorrow.
there is no good way to remember. There's only way to remember it.
it's like plus and then isn't it like a squared minus ab?
Yeah,
So is that always opposite?
it's same, opposite,
Oh,
and
yeah. He sent me the link.
always positive. Huh?
He sent me the link.
He sent you okay.
Photo of the world square. What's that? What's it called? QR code.
How do you survive this long? How do you survive this long?
It's a description. No, it's not. It's a swirl.
It's a bunch of random dots in there.
swirl in there.
Yes, it's not. No. That is a swirly square, I promise you.
Okay.
She's blinder than me. She's
I actually sent it in there.
gonna fight. It took me way too long to fix this thing. Oh my gosh. I had to like replace the one of the internal parts of it. If this doesn't work, well,
I'll still send us to the same thing.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'll still contact them. Sorry.
That's
You
okay.
have to be curious. Don't be curious.
Go away.
Stay with the society. Come on, go.
I've always been ready since first period. I've been ready since first period. You're asking first period, like, you ready? I'm like, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It's not here. No, it's like, yeah, it's for Alex. Yeah.
Osmosis.
Haven't yet.
Like I'm more strict to my own kid.
Maybe they're just scared of you. Want to see the
Oh, this.
Wait,
If you did a homework, then that's easy.
if you don't know,
If you didn't do it, then that's too hard. Okay, let me explain how the test works. It's very easy. You're gonna get one page unit circle. You cannot get anything wrong. Because if it's wrong, it's completely wrong. So make sure you double check the sign, you rationalize your stuff, make sure your negative signs on the right spot and stuff like that. And your formula sheet, which is make sure you're able to make sure write down theta or x, doesn't matter, but you have to have an argument to coming along with it. Make sure you have a square sign whenever needed. And you have to prove the Pythagorean method. You don't have to prove a squared plus c squared is equal to sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1, but you do need to prove the other two after that. Okay? Sum and difference, knowing your formula, double angle, and stuff like that. Okay. Now, after you finish this, you got 15 minutes You can turn it in early, just place it right here, and then you can take the second sheet of paper. Okay, you can take the second sheet of paper. So this is the first sheet of paper, and you gotta turn it in before you take a second sheet of paper. If you finish before 15 minutes, you can come in to swap it. If you're 15 minutes, I'm gonna ask you, at 15 minutes, you're gonna have to turn in this regard. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe go from one to the other. What? They always do that in here. No, you cannot start. You cannot start. Wait. You cannot start. Now, I did tell you, Josiah, that's not the time to start.
Do we have to move it? Yes. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you got a haircut. Yeah, I know.
Looking like a ladies' man.
Yeah, the ladies' man. You never know. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna set a timer right now, and you guys got 15 minutes to finish your first one, and you got enough time to finish the second part. So here's the thing, clock. Now I did see one person try to cheat before, and I told my class before. There was actually a smart way to cheat this one. So he actually placed the one already filled in, and underneath the butt, and just swap the blanket one and the new one. That's actually brilliant. No, that's okay. Yeah. So that they just swap it at the end, so that was pretty smart. But I caught him though. I was like, dude, come on. Huh? No, that was like 6 years ago. All right. You got 15 minutes. Start now. I'll tell you the time, so just keep on going. You have enough time. Unless you didn't really study. Also, another thing that if you already have a summer packet finished and you can show me today, has to be done today. That I don't know, this afternoon or whatever, you can come back and do the BC algebra test and over again, which is similar questions, different number between today and tomorrow, but you had to show me today. And then I can help you, give you extra credit on that first test. And it's gonna be says algebra 1 test, extra credit on it. And you had to finish it, you had to understand it as well. So that's to help. Some of you guys are really trying and have a grade, but if you didn't have anything done, I can't really help you with a grade. Like I know those, those couple of students I already talked about, you guys don't get anything done. I can't really, even I want to help you grade, I cannot.